What do you think the objectives and strategies are here? Because a bunch have been listed out since Saturday. President Trump initially, when he was announcing Operation Epic Fury, told the Iranian people, once the bombs stop dropping, go and take over your government. Pete Hegseth then said this is not a regime change war. Then President Trump listed out these objectives: destroy Iran's missile capabilities and their navy, ensure they can never get a nuke, and also prohibit the regime from funding any terrorist proxy groups. But then Secretary of State Marco Rubio, he seemed really annoyed with reporters when they were asking, hey, what are the objectives here? He didn't understand how it wasn't clear, and this is what he said. The United States is conducting an operation to eliminate the threat of Iran's short-range ballistic missiles and the threat posed by their navy, particularly to naval assets. I mean, I've been covering Iran for a long time, and this week's the first time I've heard about, the Navy being such a threat that this action, that is the goal of the operation here. As a member of Congress, do you think the strategy is well defined at all?
No. And they didn't brief us. That's the whole point. The last we were told as members of Congress prior to the attack was that Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner were still attempting to negotiate a deal, and they were continuing to try to exercise diplomacy. And then the State of the Union happened. And I went back, Brittany, and I looked at the piece of the State of the Union on Iran. And it was a far cry from what wound up happening just, 4 days after, 3 or 4 days after, which was a full-scale attack. It obviously was a hastily made decision. Otherwise, why were there no plans in place to evacuate American men and women who were stuck, and many are still stuck, in the Middle East, can't get out? Why was there no forethought around those Americans? And, the hypocrisy is really something when you think of it, Brittany, because the president said during the State of the Union, he made a big show to say, if you think that our first priority should be American citizens, then stand up. Well, what about those American citizens that are trapped right now overseas? What about those American citizens who are being put in harm's way for an unclear mission with no end game? It's hardly America first, if you ask me.